Good afternoon, students. Today we'll be moving with the help of the chapter with the help of international business environment. Now we will be moving with the help of, we'll start with your subject, that is the international business. So today we'll be seeing the two subjects, two chapters which you will be seeing, international business environment and second good afternoon, students. Today we'll be starting the subject that is called the international business. So into the international business, today we'll be seeing the two chapters. First we'll be seeing an environment, international business environment, and second we'll be going with the help of international business. What is international business? Now this starting up with the help of this chapter, at least I'll summarize the point. What are the points we'll be covering today? So with the help of covering today, at least you'll be getting to know the introduction part, how the international, what you mean by international, what you mean by business, and how the international business they both merge together and they perform with the help of an environment. And with the help of an environment means here we are talking about the environment of the world environment. How we trade from one country to some other country, how the goods are being imported from one country to some other country, how we export those goods from one country to some other country. So that country wise, how the relation it is being maintained, how the transaction it is being done through the currency as you are established in some other country. So if you are representing your country to some other country, so their currency exchange, their terms and conditions are being performed. So that terms and conditions, whatever the terms and conditions it has been there, that we are being seeing today. So like before moving into the international business, at least you should aware with the help of an environment. Because till the time if you are not able to know about the environment, how we are into the business, how we came into the business, okay, because previously on the olden period of time we was only just sitting and hope, and then afterwards the thing is we was building certain kind of goods, certain kind of it we was distributing the goods into the amongst to the country, amongst to the ourselves. But at a certain period of time, the Britishers has established this type of terms and this type of rules and regulations, that the thing is goods to be distributed from one part to some other part, to one country to some other country. So when the goods have been distributed from one country to some other country, so what are their terms and conditions? So in the olden period of time. So into this environment, you will be also getting the clear-cut idea on how 15,000 years ago, okay, 15,000 years ago, this type of a business they have been set it up. Okay, it was started with the help of India, China and Japan. This was the three countries, leading countries who has been started with the help of international business, and currently the thing is it has been flourished in a #1 group. And not even previously it was only just three countries, but currently there are so many different countries who have been merged together, and then afterwards with the help of after merging together, the thing is it is there on the global world. And as if we are into the competitive world, so now with the help of the competitive world, the thing is what these three countries and rest of all the countries are being leading today into the market zone. And as their goods are being coming to our part, as our goods is distributing over there, so import export tradings are been going on. So here today at least you will be getting out we'll be seeing in this evolution, how on the 15,000 years ago, how they have been set it up, how on that time the India position was there, how China position was there, how Japan position was there, how US has been established, and after US has been established, how they have started the trading. So into this first chapter we will be going with the help of only environment, where you will be seeing how the outsider country has been took this initiative, and after taking the initiative they have set it up with the help of international business, and from there the thing is this environment, international business environment has been set. So this is being said with the help of certain countries, and with the help of certain countries the thing is how terms and conditions, rules and regulations. So you will be getting a clear-cut idea. Even the word globalization, you will be getting a clear-cut idea what you mean by globalization, how globalization it has been said. Because previously you can't say it is a globalization. Previously it was not globalization. Currently we are into the globalization where a competitive environment where we are setting up. So as if we are into a competitive environment, so people come and then after they communicate according to that. Okay, and as we distribute a certain goods to certain countries, or we represent our goods to certain countries, as if to gain the organization also motive, individual motive. Second, with the help of that, the Indian country, India will develop as to this. So that is, the country will also develop, not even the Indian, but even the thing is the country will also develop more. So that is why we are performing with the help of international business. So this happens with the help of, I just given you the little elaboration of international business environment. After this we'll move ahead. Now this was only related with the help of an environment. So you will be moving with the help of, you will getting the clear cut idea how environment works. Now after this we'll be going into international business. Okay, what you mean by international business, the core meaning of international business, how challenging it has been there, the international business, because it is very risky. Because as if you're distributing the one goods to some other goods, or else you're representing your goods from one country to some other country. So you'll be learning the two words, that is home country and host country. So these are the two words you'll be learning in IB. So into this IB, where home country and host country, you'll be getting a clear-cut idea how the goods are being distributed, and with the help of it, you're taking the risk of the certain goods, and after risk, taking certain things, and then afterwards the thing is you're performing ahead with the help of certain terms and conditions. So previously you'll be seeing certain risks, but after measuring certain risks, because when you're setting up any business, this type of business, previously there will be a certain risk, because after a certain period of time, once the thing is that matter is sorted out, you are free, because that type of it you got to know how to recover, how to set it out those risks and all in the proper period of time. So that becomes very easy way to get it. But in the previous time there was not even we were not having a technology, we was not having the people who guide to you. But still the thing is the people have set it up this type of international business, and currently the thing is it is there on the marketing league, and currently we are into that part of it where a privatization has been set it up, and we are into the number one way where goods are being represented to the other country and their goods are represented to our country. So like import-export material, it has been going on, and with the help of import and export, our relations are builded very strong. So with the help of relation building strong, in this you'll be also getting a bit of economics type. So we'll be getting out how because as if when you're doing this type of distribution, so you should also aware international markets where all different type of associations have been also established, because we require their permission to distribute those goods from one country to some other country. So that thing is also been calculated into this part of it IB. So a basic, it's a simple way where you'll be learning a core meaning of what you mean by international, what you mean by business, and how they both come together and they perform this type of business. Okay, so I've already given you the summarization of the chapter of both the chapter of environment, and second with the help of a business, international business. So after this, now let us go with the help of certain slides, and with the help of certain slides your internal doubt will be clear, and you will be also getting a clear-cut way of your objectives. Why we do international business, that the thing is you will be getting, because that is important. No? Why we do go for international business? Why should not go with some other trading? Why should go with the international business? Why our country should do with the trading to other country? Why their country is ready to perform with our country? So that type of, why this question, why will be occur. So here the thing is you'll be getting a clear-cut conversation between why the thing is the goods have been distributed from one country to some other country, why it has been there, and why for what reason we are maintaining that type of relationship to our country and their country. So this kind of clear-cut ideas you will be getting. Okay, now we'll be starting with the help of, okay, now the points. First, okay, now here see I have given the certain objectives, because why I go with the help of an environment, as if you already know we are into the international business environment. First I'll start with the environment, and after the environment at least we'll be moving with the help of IB. So first at least you should know the background, how the international business has been set it up, and what was the background, what are the things, how the countries have came together and they have been flourished with the help of this type of a market. So you will be getting a position of certain countries and the way how they have been started up with this, and why, for what purpose the environment, why the environment has been checked. Now first here to understand why we see the objectives first, to understand the history and impact of international business. Here it is what, why I am moving with the help of international business, to understand what is the international business exactly. So that is why what we see we calculate the environment, and after seeing an environment we will be getting out whether to promote this international business into the market or not. That's the first part. Next, to learn the definition of international business, that's a common thought, because why we go with the help of this, because we want to know the proper core definition of international business. What happens into international business? Next, to recognize the growth of global linkage today, because as you all know how we are into the competitive world and our country should grow more. Our main perspective of each and every country, it has been there to grow more. So that is why we recognize this type of an IB to grow more and more into the market, and our company will be, our Indian companies or certain countries will be representing the countries into the market. So that shows a certain perspective, and people will wish to put certain kind of funds into our country. Yes, we want this type of it. That is why we are buying those products. That is why we are buying those shares into the market. And with as our funds release, our companies promote. Our company will also promote, and with the help of companies promotion, our country will also grow more. So that is why that kind of linkage will be recognized. As it has been growth, so we can say yes, this is from this country, it has been growth more. That is why we are learning with the help of an IB. Next, to understand the US position in the world trade and impact the international business has on the US in the United States. Now here the thing is, as if US, you are having the position of a world trade, where it's a big trade where each and every companies come together, each and every countries come together, and they represent their products into the market. So this is where the business which has been set it up into the market with the help of longer term. Now there's one more point which has been discussed. First, to appreciate the opportunity and the challenge offered by the international business. That is why we perform international business, where you are getting an opportunity, the word opportunity and challenges, okay, to offered by the international business. That is why we go with the help of international business to get a proper opportunity. As if I said, your country is getting an opportunity to represent into the market. So that is why that opportunity you will be getting. And second part, challenges. Nowadays, challenges is the most important, because you are representing your goods into the market till the time and there are so many competitors. Now to compete their competitors, you require that type of growth should be present. So as if it has been growth, it has been present. So that is why we perform this type of appreciation. That is why it has been appreciated, this type of international business. So you need to have the bit of background where you should understand why my main objective is to learn about IB. Okay, so at least with the help of this, you will be getting first in environment. You will be getting a background of it. Why we do this thing. So that's create with it. As if, for example, I can say, how as we are the human being, we take a breathe. The simple question I can say, how as a human being, we take a breathe because of an environment. Because the environment gives us the way our respiratory systems are being there. So with the help of a fresh climate, we accept that thing, and then afterwards we breathe. Means as we are a human being, we are attached not with the help of our regular duties. We are not attached with our own body, but we are also attached with the environment. If the environment is cool and calm, so a human being can represent themselves properly. So same happens here. So as when your international business related, it has been there, the first environment it has been measured. Because as environment will be measured, then furtherly the trade, it will be according to whatever it has been understood, according to that only it has been respectively it has been performed. Now, what do you mean by international business environment? Now this is the main functions I can say, or else the bit of interaction or a concept wise what is called the international business environment. First, international management is the management of the business operation conduct in more than one country. Okay, already we know international management is one type of it, that from one country to some other country or more than a country, you are being clubbed together, you are having that type of interaction. Next, fundamental tasks do not change. Their all tasks do not change, because all countries are having the same duty of export and import only. They need to just trade the business, or they need to trade the goods from one country to some other country. So their task doesn't change. Their task is as it is, whatever it has been there. Now my basic managemental functions. Okay, usually basic. It's a basic where the thing is what this function works first. are the same in domestic and international way, as if I said from one country to some other country, or from their country to my country, whatever the country is, it will be there. But the thing is, the goods are being imported and exported from domestic to international, because here only two countries will participated. First, domestic countries and international countries, and second it is what my international countries. Now, greater difficulties and risk when performing on an international scale. As if I said you previously, when you are doing international business, you are having a risk and difficulty. That is why your greater difficulty and risk, it has been measured. Because what to trade from one country to their country, you require the permission. It happens as if you travel from one country to some other country. They require your passport, your visa and all. And into that visa, it has been already mentioned for 2 months or 3 months or 15 days or 10 days. So within a 10 days only you need to. But for that completion of from the other country, till the time you are not getting that visa from till that other country, that yes, you are going for this purpose or going for that purpose. So till the time they are not giving you the letter, you are not accepted to go and stand over there. So that creates a certain risk, because it becomes very risk. As if you want to travel to certain country, you get a ticket, but the thing is, according to their rules and regulations, are you acceptable or not, that it has been seen. Because I'm talking about a human being, but when I'm coming into the international business wise, so my trading, it has been done. My goods have been distributed from one country to some other country. So when goods are being distributed, so ultimately it becomes very difficulty, because people doesn't accept whether it is something which is an explosive. So that is why people say no, we doesn't want it, or else when you do this type of distribution, so what are the goods are being there, which it is an explosive more, does it is chemically more, so that thing it is been there. So till the time here, the thing is you are not getting certain satisfaction here, so it becomes very difficult to transport from one goods to some other goods. Simple, as you also do the courier. So when you do the courier, what it happens, if you are having a letter, if you are having any kind of book or any kind of paper, if it has been there, anything it has been there, and if you want to just from one country to some other country, if you want to do it, if you want to post it, you post it as it is. But if there is certain things, when you do a certain parcel, so during when parcel is also went from one country to some other country, we check whether which type of parcel it has been there. It becomes very risky, because at a certain country they doesn't accept that type of parcels. Because if you send a water, so if you send a certain chemicals and all, for this each and everything you require the license, you require certain documentation. So that is why, and that documentation should be properly, it should be there. It is not like, because you are trading to some other country. So when you are trading to some other country, you require all the documents. The same happens here, because that is why it has been said greater difficulty and risk when they perform on the international scale. Because as if you are international scale, when you are distributing any kind of perishable goods or non-perishable goods also, so it becomes very risky, very difficulty to trade from one country to some other country. So that is why this is one type of an international managemental way. So this is a concept of international business environment. When I'm seeing an environment, I need to see with the help of all the points. Now, as if we went with the help of an environment, as if I'm seeing the background. So when I'm seeing the background, I need to rectify with the help of each and everything. As this is an organization, now we can see the chart here. As it is an organization, now when organization is situated, so already we need to follow all types of an environmental zone, because my goods, whenever it has been distributed, or else my country, when it is representing to some other country, I need to follow all terms and conditions, economically, socially and legal politically. So these are the different types of factors where I need to follow, and with the help of the factors, the thing is the environmental has been changed, the environmental has been checked. Now when related with the help of international environment, whenever it has been said, so first I am saying with the help of economical way. So what the country and into this which type of organization it has been said, because what type of problems it has been, factors it has been affected. What type of factors are being seen? First with the help of an infrastructure, when I am saying with the help of economical development, here I am saying with the help of infrastructure. Okay, next resources and product market, where I am seeing those resources, which type of funds it has been coming, what are the product, what is the product it is there into the market, what is the cost of product, per capita income, what is the per capita, 1 rupee or 2 rupee, what is the cost of this, exchange rate, that is very much important, because as if you're trading from one country to some other country, the rates are important, because our $1 which cost to your 68 or certain 69 rupees which has been there, so every day it has been fluctuated. So with the help of this fluctuation, at least what you need to share your goods according to that way. You need to trade your goods according to that way, according to the currency wise. So this has happened with the dollars and rupees also, but with this parallelly, you are having some other different currency also which is being updated every day. And with the help of updatation, the thing is you need to trade according to that way. So this, because if you are going beyond the powers, your economic, it has been affected of the country. So that is by that factor which created disappointing way. Economical condition, that is important, because what type of standard of the living it has been there, because when you are distributing the goods from one country to some other country, your economical condition you need to rectify, because till the time your condition it has been not rectified, what type of it, where your employee, your workers, your merchants, your traders, each and everything, how it has been seen. So that type of economical condition you need to rectify. Next, I'm having social cultural, where what are my values are being said, what is beliefs, what are the languages, what are the religion, kinship partners, formal educational, literacy, then time oriented. So I need to rectify with the help of each and every point. Once I'm rectified with each and every point, I need to go with the help of my legal political, because as if it has been trading, your rules, regulations are different, their rules, their regulations are different. So into this, you are having political risk, because people are not ready to there are certain ministries, there are certain ministry affairs, they doesn't give you the permissions to trade from one country to some other country because of certain reasons. So that also creates certain factors. Next, governmental takeover, as if an organization who take over the companies, and then after according to that they perform. Next, tariff quotas and taxes, as a tariff which has been said, those taxes, those import duties, those export duties when the goods are being traded. So what type of duties they have been established, that thing. Terrorism, political instability, then laws and regulations. So like you can, for you, when this type of factors are being seen, when you are trading into the international wise, your environmental you need to rectify with the help of all the factors. Economical way, social, cultural way, and political way. With the help of these three things, the factors have been established according to the environmental wise. Now, what are the needs? What are the needs of international business? Why we go with the help of international business? Okay, more and more firms around the world are going globally, including manufacturing firms. Why the thing is, what are the needs? First, more and more firms around the world are going globally. All nowadays you can say the firms are going like more and more. Every day, every time the companies are being established, they trade with the help of globally. That is why. Even this type of also companies are also been calculated. Manufacturing company, service company, which has been said, banks, insurance, consultants, firms, art, films, and music companies. Now we can say there are so many companies who are being globally traded right now. So that for that improvement, it has been said. Next, I'll be having why we do with the help of this causes of flow of ideas. Just a minute. Okay, first it is water. Now, why we do? There is a certain needs more. Now, cause the flows of ideas, service, and capital across to the world. As if your ideas will be grooming from one country to some other country. The service have been provided from one country to some other country, which shows the reputation of the organization of the country into the world. That is why that type of needed is more also being seen. Then offer the consumer new choice. Consumers are having new choice, their preferences. No, we want this color, we want this, that thing is also been there. Permit the acquisition of wider variety of products. Now, as if we do the trading, we not even show only one, we show even the thousands of products into the market. So that creates a very global way where not even to the country the goods have been distributed, but the other countries the goods have been also been distributed. So that creates a huge one. That is why that also needs for the international business. Then after, facilitate the mobility of labor, capital, and technology, where usually it will be mobilized with the help of labor, capital, and technology, which will be grooming more and more. providing challenging employment opportunity. Then afterwards there will be the challenging employmental opportunity, where we'll be accepting those type of people who are having the good knowledge, vast knowledge of the each and every duties, each and everything. And so with the help of this, at least what you can accept it, those people, that creates, reallocate the resources, make preferential choice and shift activities to the global level. If something which has been missed, something which is not worked, at least what you can rechange that thing, and after rechanging that you can grow more and more into the market. So which shows a certain, if this is not there, that is there, so ultimately you need to miss that, and finally you can take it that one. So this thing is also created a certain good type of impact into the market, into the global one. Now what is international business? Now see, international business consisting of transactions that are devised and carried out across to the national borders. Now we can see where what is my international business, where the thing is the goods, the transaction has been done to across to the national borders to satisfy the objectives of individuals, companies and organizations. These three level of people's needs have been fulfilled. That is why the thing is what we do the trading into, we do the transaction with the help of our neighboring countries. That is called my international business, where we do the transaction that are devised and carried out across to the national border to satisfy the objectives and individually companies and transactions. So that is where the individually own that person himself, because maintaining a relationship. Companies that creates a certain importance into the world. Next, organization which shows certain type of good things into the market, and with the help of certain type of innovative things, innovative ones, where it has been representative into the country. So that creates a good impact. That is called my international business. Now what type of international business you can do it? First, export-import trade, where you can trade, you can distribute it from one country to some other country, that thing you can go. FDI, that is called a foreign direct investment, where directly you can invest your certain amounts to the other country, directly to their investments, whatever it will be there, that thing. Licensing, where you can get a licensing, because with the help of licensing, where you can take the ownership, and with the help of an ownership, as if you get it license, you can start doing the trading. Next, franchisee, you take the other organization or other countries franchising, then you can set it up. So that type of also transaction you can done. Next, managemental contracts, like internally into the organization, each and every people are coming together and they perform with the help of relationships. So that also create a certain good type of communications way, and where a business can be set it up into the international way. So this is what are different types of international business, where you're looking after with the help of import-export. Next, FDI, licensing, franchisee and managemental contract. So with the help of this different types of the international business work forward, and which create a certain type of importance into the market. Now, as if I said, the two wordings you will be learning: home country and host country. The home country is the country in which the selling firms are being located, from where the goods are being sold from one country to some other country, the first person. Next, host country, it is what if a representative travels to the another country to market to sell. Okay, that country is the host country, where from one country the goods are being manufactured, and from the other country this manufacturing goods you're going to the other country and selling the goods from the market. So that country is called my host country. So one person which has been two times, it has been located from home country and host country. So if it is the home country, so ultimately what will happen, the thing is the goods are being distributed into the same country, so that is called a home country. But when it is distributed to the outside country, so that is called my host country. So that creates a good way of interactions between two type of people. Now, with the help of this, now here the history, the evolution starts of the global business. As if I said you previously, where the thing is what this type of business has been set it up. So at least with the help of an environment, you should also aware how the business has been set it up. Now, first the trade took place between China, India and Japan. As if I said to you, as many 15,000 years ago, where the thing is they have been set it up, first trade into the market to the global, where only these three countries was established, and after this three countries was established, they was doing a trading according to this three ways. Next, during the 11th century, England, French, Spanish, Portuguese all uses the ships to move the product between the countries. And then after a certain period of time, after 15,000 years ago, okay, previously there was only these three countries who have been set it up. But a certain period of time, the thing is when this country is from 11th century, you are having a certain countries who was doing a trading through the help of shipment, and they was selling the goods, they was moving the goods from one country to some other country with the help of the ship. So this was there on the history which is there from the olden period also. Now see, into this you will be getting a proper eras. So with the help of eras, as we are into the 21st century currently, so how on before time on the 16th century, like on the olden period and before 17th centuries before, okay, how the trading was done, how the people was coming together, and how the Britishers have been started up with the help of this type of international market, international business. The global market, which it was not said IB, which was said on the GB, that is called a global market, global business, where the transaction was done. Now here you can see, I have given you the line of blue color. Now into this blue color you can see, which here you will be seeing the eras of 1600, and here it is what a 2000 to 2000. So with the help of this 2000, this is the 1600. So with the help of this eras, now we are into the current 21st century. So this is for the previous century, which was there on the olden period of time of 1600 ago. Okay, so now this into the 1600, how the trading has been set it up. Now see, it starts from here it starts from 1599. So here, how the trading was started. The British East Indian companies conduct the trade through the Asia. First, the thing is what, into 1600 ago, means 1600 before, okay, according to this, the Britishers has been set it up with the help of this type of country. Okay, the East Indian companies has been set it up. They started distributing the goods from one country to some other country through the Asia level. They have been planned. And they conduct this type of a transaction. They have been settled. Now, after this, you are having this now into the 16th century. 1600th century to 1776th century, what happens? Certain period after Britishers, the thing is they have been set up merchants in the colony American conduct trade and export agricultural products and other goods to the Britain and the European countries. They started the European countries to distribute those goods to the outer market. Means the American colonies conduct their trade and export agricultural products. Their agricultural products like their milk, their grass, then afterwards the animals, they have been started distributing the goods to the other country like Britain and European country. They have been set it up on the olden period of time. As in the 1776 after, you can see the Britain investor tried to establish a company in the newly independent US. Okay, because this trading, international business has set it up in the olden period of time in US. They have planned according to that way. Now, the British investor tried to establish a company in the newly independent US, where they got a first independent. US got an independence, and after they got an independence, the Britishers has been started investors, and from there the thing is the investor has been started to set up the business into the new company, and with the help of newly independent, they find it that let us try from there to do the transactions. So that will create a certain type of an important way. Now, after when I'm completing with the help of 76, I got 1800, where MNCs has been set it up. Now, previously only this thing was there, but after 1800, the MNCs companies such as called manufacturing companies, Singer sewing machines company began to appear. So this was the sewing machines what they have been established. And after this, the thing is what the company is, the organization, the global way it has been started trading, and it is there under the current one. Now after this, once we got in year in 1920, more than 37 US companies operate the production facilities in 2 or more nations. Every car brought into Japan is made by the US company. So they have been kept that type of relationship where Japan buys the cars and made which has been made it with the help of US companies. The guards are made by the US company, but then afterwards it has been exported to the Japan to sell the goods in the market. So more than US company, 37 US company who started production with the help of card making. So this has been started, and they was having the country US and Japan. They was having consolidated their relationship according to that way. After once we got it independence on the 20th century, okay, on the 21st century, okay, on the 2000 time, on that time what had happened, Americans sell the goods and services to the other country, and American purchase the goods from other country. Means they sell also, and even they started purchasing. Here it is what American previously what they started with the help of only just manufacturing process, and the other country, and they was used to sell this type of it country to the Japan to sell the goods into the market, because that type of relation was there. But at a certain period of time, American what they produce, they sell the goods into the market, they do the both type of activities. So after doing both type of activities, then after the thing is what they are into the position currently with the help of strong point of view into the market. So currently after 20th century, it has been set it up with the help of strongly it has been built. Now here you can say after 1600, from 1600 to 20,000, okay, now 1600 till 20,000, this where the companies are being showing a step by step their performance, and from here the thing is the performance have been increased until the end. The thing is it has been, and like going into this type of eras, each and every people was getting, each and every country got certain challenges, certain risks to set up the business into the market. So with the help of the challenges, with the help of business into the market, currently on the 20th century, which has been there with the help of 21st century, which has been growing with the help of globalization. And with the help of globalization, the thing is what? Currently the thing is what? A country is showing certain kind of position into the market. Okay, now global business environment. Okay, when I'm going with the help of globally, now here we have already seen the evaluations, we got to know. But when I'm going with the help of environment, I need to see with the help of each and everything globally. But when I'm seeing each and everything globally, when I'm seeing a market, I need to rectify with the help of two types, internal and external way of environment. Both the type of environment I need to clarify. Now when I'm going with the help of externally, means where social, cultural, political, legal, economical, technology and finance. I need to take care with the help of all these type of factors, because as if it's outsiders, so outsiders where certain religions have been followed, certain cultures are followed, so that it is being said. Political and legal factors, where political way and legally how it has been performed, that thing it has been said. Economical factors, as if I said, it's the economical way how you're performing certain things. Okay, because as if what is the standard of living, what are the way of poverty line, it has been said, so that thing it has been calculated. Technology wise, as what are the technologies it has been currently used into the market, so that type of technology. Finance, that is important, because without the funds, the thing is what you cannot run any kind of it factors. Next, internal issues. Now when related with the help of external point of view, this was the problem, but when relating it internally what happens? Okay, just it is not only to buy the goods and sell the goods, but the thing is with the help of this, they are also following certain issues. These are the external way what their problems are there. But when help of internal way, what happened? Management and planning into the organization, management are ready to accept. The planning is not been executed. What is being said, what is not been executed, that problem is there. Marketing wise, as how goods have been distributed to the other country, or what type of production level it is being used, so that thing it is being said. HR management, what are the HR, how the human resources person, how they perform their duties. Competition and accounting, these are the different types of it, where internal issues which is there into the organization only. So that also create a certain type of it, internal issues when related with the help of an environment. So when related with global business environment, I'm not saying with the help of buying and selling, but with this I need to see the issues which has been affected into the global business, into the currently, because when you are planning to set up the international business into the market, so you need to see with the help of external and internal way of factors, because as if these two type of factors it is being seen, with the help of these two type of factors also will be recognized how to proceed further into the current world, how to perform into the market, into the current world. So with the help of this, at least you will be getting a clear-cut idea. Next, now see what are the things when I went with the help of those points. So at least you will be getting one line, one or two lines. So with the help of this, at least what type of social cultures, political cultures, economical cultures, technological cultures, financial cultures, HR, marketing, competition, accounting, what type of problems you face. First, what type of changes in the country educational system, as if what you learn here, into the other country, you learn something else. So that also create a problem. Next, changes in country economical philosophy. What it has been here, their philosophy is different, and if you are planning to change, it does not been executed. Then religion influence, it happens. What we follow, you need to follow the same thing. What you follow, you should not follow the same thing. That creates a nuisance. Next, proper business protocols. You need to have a proper business protocols. You need to interfere in, like, whatever, like what I'm doing, that is the main thing. Rest of it, it is not my need. That doesn't need. So that creates a certain kind of cultural way of factors, cultural and social way of factors. Next, I'm going with the help of political and legal factors, where where what happens, wars and international conflicts, it has been occurred, because nowadays when you trade your goods from one country to some other country, people are not ready to accept. They start fighting for what reason, and if it has been not executed, we'll be having a war. Elections, nowadays there's an election, because why to do this, why to do that, that also create a problem. Then new government, if a new government, every time they conduct a certain new policies, new law, new rules and regulations, new acts are being passed. So with the help of this, that creates a certain kind of problems also. Then economical factors. When I'm saying with the help of an economical factors, first I'm saying the recession. Okay, so like, as if you doesn't know, because if there is a certain type of which has been wrongly, it has been there, or if standard of the goods have been not deposited to the market, or if it has been not sold into the market, so that create a certain type of problems then related with the help of recession, because your amount is not, as your company, it is there on the low position, it does not grow, it's not growing, it's going on a low position, that creates a problem. Inflation, if it is too costly, you won't be able to keep people into the organization. If you're keeping too costly, that creates a wrong way, because people are not ready to accept that thing. Economical growth or a decline, certain period of rate is depend upon the market. If a certain period of time it grow, certain period of time it decline. Exchange rate, because it's, as if I said, that creates a major problem, because when goods are being distributed from one country to some other country, or else it is been from their country to some other country, so that exchange rate problem, it is in it, because with the help of a rate, that creates a certain type of problem. Natural disaster, as certain earthquake comes or a certain type of disaster occurs, so that also create with the help of economical loss. So with the help of this one also factors, it has been said. International business management, what happens in international business management when I'm said with the help of management? Form of business ownership and the legal requirements for operating a business varies in the different countries. Now already when management related it has been there, when I'm keeping up for any person as an ownership means, because that person will be the equity holder. So as if the equity holder, it has been said. So for the different countries, it has been there. So to take that type of decision, I need to keep that type of people. That should be also ready. The management should also be ready for the same. The things that motivate the employee varies around the world, because with the help of this only, the thing is, the employee will be motivated more, and as if they will be working more, because as if they work more, so it will be for the future prospect and for the organization growth only, that person will be working. Next, my marketing, international trade. Now you can see the 4 P's of marketing, because without this, the thing is what, you can't say a successful marketing international business it works, because into the international business, a successful trading, as if you want to do with the help of 4 P: product, price, place and promotions. With the help of these 4 elements only, the thing is, you're into the market, it will work. If it has been not there into this, the thing is, you need to understand what is the product, how the product does, the other country will accept those products into the market, so that problem. Price, as if I said, when related, what is the cost of our product, what is the cost of their product when it has been distributed there. Place, where the thing is, what the products have been going, in which direction it has been going, because that is important. We should also aware, does the people will accept those goods or not, that is important. Promotion, as if I said, what type of branding you do, the production, how you do the branding of any goods into the market, so that has also been seen. When I'm going with the help of accounting and finance, effective business people understand the importance of financial issues and international trade, because that is important. That is, as if I said previously, fund is really very important, because without the fund, the thing is what, you won't be able to run your organization. So the main owner, the owner person, the business people will also be should understand not with the help of the environment. When I'm going with the help of environment, he should also understand with the help of this type of factors, when related with the help of financial issues, when related with the help of money, and how the trading are been done into the international way. Because as if you do the trading of international way, there's certain amounts, there's certain financial person should be also there to raise the funds. So that also creates, accounting and finance are the major elements of money management in the international trade. So as if with the, when related with money management, these are the two type of it, accounting and finance. These are the two major functions, and with the help of two major functions, the thing is what, a money management of international trading, it has been done with the help of this thing. You need to keep a proper balance sheet. When I'm going with the help of accounting, accounting in the sense, what is my debit, what is my credit, what has came, what has been went outside. With the help of this, what is my expenses, what are my things it is been there, and what is my profit. And with the help of this, if my this thing is proper, so ultimately according to this I can manage my international trading business according to that way. Then HR and career, the human resources department is responsible for. Now when related with HR, already people are aware, when related with HR, his duty, that person duty is to recruiting, okay, hiring and training the people. Because without this these three things, the thing is HR is not a competent person into the organization, because into the organizations to growth more self, to motivate the people, the HR is the person who motivates the people who work for them, at least what they can work for an organization. That is important. Gaining additional training and learn how to do the business across to the international border. Now into this, whenever it has been said, the HR will train the people as if you do the trade from one country to some other country. So what type of trading you do, how you do the trading, which type of location you do the trading. So with the help of this trading only, the thing is each and everything it has been calculated here. So that thing is also been said. Now in global links today, nowadays you can say, now international business has created a great global link that binds the country, institutions and individuals with the trade of financial market, technology and living standard. So nowadays you can say, after seeing each and everything, so we are into the global link today, means we are being attached, we are being attached with the help of three things. Financial, first with the help of a trade, okay, where we do import and export from one country to some other country. Next, financial market, as if we do with the help of primary market and secondary market, as if you trade according to that way, okay, with the help of share markets you do the trading, you buy those shares to the outsiders countries, and then afterwards you do the buying and selling. That has been said. Nowadays technologies are also been there, so with the help of the technology it has been flourished more, and the standard of the living of the people has also been changed. Now here you can say, I have given you the example, the reduction in coffee production in the Brazil would affect them individually and economically worldwide. So here they are having a problem, here they are having that type of set of questions. If into the biggest production, Brazil is producing the coffee more and more, but at a certain period of time, if it has been not ready, if it has been reduced, if it has been not growing more, so ultimately it directly affects to individual, that person individually it has been affected, and second with the help of worldwide, because if it has been not produced more, how can you sell that goods into the other markets? So if it has been not produced more, so how could you sell? If it isn't produced more, you can sell the goods to the other market. So if it has been not, so only not even Brazil will affect, the country will affect, but parallelly the thing is what other country will also will affect, because the people who have been consuming this type of coffee. So this also is called the global link. So now see how it has been connected, the global link from one, not even for the one country, but each and every countries have been linked together. So that also creates with the help of global link today. Now recent changes in IB, what are the recent changes into after 2000? Okay, we have seen the eras. So what type of eras, and with the help of that eras, how it has been changed more, which was there on the 15,000 years before and which has been there currently. Total world trade declined dramatically after 2000, but it again on rising. Now before it, like after 2000, it became decline because the people was not doing trade more, because the standard of the living was very low. But still the thing is what people are planning to grow more and more, and it will rise once. It has been rising, means it has not been declined, but still the thing is it has been growing. But that type of it is not there. But currently the thing is it has been growing, because nowadays you can say, nowadays you trade, you do the business online, you do with the help of transaction from one country to some other country, that it has been there. Means you can see the growth, you can see. The rate of globalization is accelerating, as if it has been said, it has been growing more. Religionization is taking place, result in the trading bloc, because when doing a trading way, this religion, because in each and every country the religions have been there. So with the help of what are the rules and regulations, what their religions have been followed. So when you're distributing the goods, so that blocks also comes like this for that area, these goods have been produced more, or these goods have been traded more. So with the help of this activities, that also creates a growth. Okay, that type of changes have also been done. To participate of a country in the world trade has been shifted. Now the thing is, world trade has been shifted from one country to some other country. It has been, every time it has been participation, it has been done, not this country for that country. So like usually this type of changes it has been done. The composition of a trade. Okay, now see how the composition, in between what had happened, like what are the eras what we have seen now in this, in between the composition of a trade, which type of trading system it has been done. Between 60s and 90s, the importance of manufacturing goods increases, while the role of primary commodities like rubber and mining has been decreased. Now into this 1960s and 90s, it was growing, but it was growing on the different on the manufacturing goods. But when related to the help of rubber and mining, what was happening? It was decreasing, because on that time the production was very low. The trees was cut. Okay, the people who go for the mining out the certain type of it, so that was very less, because on that time it was not, because this was a natural way how it has been grown. The trees was not, the rubber trees was not there. So that is when production manufacturing goods was there, but with the help of this too was not there. So that also effects was there. So on related with the help of commodities, when it was there, so ultimately the production was very declined. Most recently, there has been shifted to manufacturing countries to emerging economics. So now you can say with the help of these countries, from you can say manufacturing companies to emerging economics, where you can see the entire trading it has been done with the help of proper, after rectifying each and everything into the market. Okay, there has been an increasing in the area of service trade into the recent year. Nowadays, when service has been provided more, which has been there into the current market, which has been there into the current world. So that type of it becomes very easy, where composition of trading system it has been done. Composition of trading system it has been done. So currently the thing is that it has been increased more and more, because as if it has been increased more and more. So currently goods have been not distributed, but with the help of this, the service has been given more and more. So that creates a certain type of a positive attitude which has been there on the recently or into the market. Now impact of business on US. Okay, what happens, the impact of international business in US, because when it was set up. US international business outflows are important on the macroeconomical level in the term of balancing of trade accounting, because now the impact of international business on US, now this was there on the olden time, where supplier, your distributors, your traders has been come together, and according to this the thing is the trade was balanced according to that. It means this goods was there, this good was there, and according to this the thing is they need to balance their accounting to the debit side or a credit side, what type of current capital it has been situated and what are current account, according to that the thing is amount was checked. On the microeconomical level, participation in international business can help the firm to achieve economic of a scale that cannot be achieved by the domestic market. Now into this microeconomical, they show the position, okay, but the thing is what they does not achieved into the domestic market, their own countries, their own market, it has been does not shown more and more. They shows achievement, but from their market it has been not shown more, because with the help of the international micro level economical, where only a less firms was distributed from the internally, so that create a certain type of problems into the market. So this create a impact on US and international business on the US. So that creates a very low, where the thing is the US was not even able to participate on that. Now, globalization. Because of the globalization, for the first time in the history, the availability of international products and services can be accessible by individuals in many countries for the diverse economical background. Now, to develop the economical background, to have a growth, so this type of globalization was set up. So globalization, it is what a vast, where each and every countries came together, they started setting those goods and goods and services into the market, where an individual and the countries are being accessible. It has been shown a certain position to the individually and even second with the help of a country wise. So that was created a certain type of positive thought. So with the help of this positive thought, the globalization has been increased more and more. Okay, now the structure of this book. Now when related with the help of structure of this book, what are the parts, what are the important parts have been discussed. Now when internationally, when business book, when business economic, business environment, when it has been checked, international business environment has been checked. So first it is what are the things that has been there into the part 1, introduce the product, introduce the importance of international business and its global linkage. Okay, what we have seen, now see what are the points we have covered up. So at least what in this small part of it I have been explained here. So with the help of this, at least your 6 points will be covered. What are the internal one it has been situated. Now first what we've seen, the linkage, how the company, how the globally it has been linked from one country to some other country, that it has been there. International business, what is my international business, proper way. Then why important, what are the needs we have went with the help of the starting. Then second part, represent the environment of international business, addressing the cultural, policy, political and law, as we have seen the factors, and with the help of the factors how it has been representing the environment. Part 3 provides the coverage of the theory of international trade and investments and present balance of payment issues, how the balance it has been done with the help of goods when it has been distributed from one country to some other country. So what are the accounting parts, that also we have discussed. Fourth, discussing the market, financial system, economical integration, emerging the market concern, each and everything was discussed. And with the help of each and everything was discussed, how the market, what is the financial system, what are the financial way, how it has been distributed into the market, each and everything was discussed into this type of structure of this book. Now, into the fifth panel, what we have seen, present the strategy consideration surrounding international business. What are the strategies are being used? Because with the help of the strategies, the thing is what currently the thing is the international business are being flourished more and more into the market. Next, part 6 gives you the target, the operational issues surrounding international business using implementation and orientation perspectives. As we have already seen the HR zone, where implementations are being done and orientated perspectives, where you can see a vast differences, a vast changes and the vast importance with the help of internally into the organization. So that creates a very good, where you can have a business where it has been set up. So you get a target where the thing is operational internally, where you are getting a clear-cut ideas relating to certain issues of international business. Part 7 concludes the book with a focus on the future of fields of reader career. So as if we have already seen the career where it has been seen, and just a minute. Okay, the strategies have been remaining. So after this, you are having that slide of strategies. Now, your even it has been also concluded with the help of how the future into the business, into the international business, it will grow more. Now, this is the strategy of entering into the international market. As if you want to enter into the international market, these are the different strategies. First, you do the exporting, as if I said, you start doing import and exporting from one country to some other country, the goods. Okay, now you can see the ownership of foreign operational. Second, the cost of entire foreign operational. The two level you need to go over there. Okay, and with the help of step by step, you need to perform further. First, you can do the trading with the help of importing and exporting of the goods in the market. Licensing, you need to take a licensing of any organization of any country. Franchisee, you need to even update it, any company's franchisee you need to accept, so that thing you can do it. Joint ventures, you need to merge any companies from one company to some other company, so that's the one part of it, that's called an acquisition also, merger acquisition, so that you can do amalgamate it from one country to some other country. Next, greenfield ventures, where each and every the owner of the companies are performing their duties, and according to performing their duties, the thing is the goods have been distributed according to their way. So these are the different strategies of international marketing, entering of international marketing into the person. Now, what do you mean by MNC? Receiving 25% total sales revenue from operational outside parent company as home country. So this is called my MNC. MNC, it is what? From where you are getting from other country, where you are getting more than 25% of total sale cost, sale revenue. Okay, from operational outside parent company, means one company is here, other company is there, but they are raising the funds to our country, to this country, and they are giving more than 25%, okay, of the total sale revenue or cost they are paying to it, and with the help of this the company is growing more. So that is called my multinational company, which is called an MNC. Managed as integrated worldwide business system. We use MNC, which is called, where MNC is a multinational company, means your company, it has been located to the global wide. It has been said to each and every one. Each and every country it has been. So that is why it has been said with the help of integrating the worldwide business. Next, controlling by single management authorities, as if we have already seen a single management authority, because the headquarters will be into the outside country, and then afterwards from there the thing is what each and everything are been managed. Your meetings, the people who are being employed into the organization, the revenue, each and everything, it has been discussed by the single managemental quota. Next, top management exercise the global perspective. The people who are from the top managers, okay, they are being exercised in the global perspective, means they need to represent themselves in the global perspective into the market, because with this only the thing is the country will be showing certain kind of performance, and that it has been said, yes, this is an MNC, and with the help of an MNC it has been showing growing more and more into the market. Now, managing the global environment, as if now we have already seen each and everything. Now, when you're managing global environment, now as if to manage each and every global environment, the first it is what personal challenges, that is cultural shock. You need to have a personal challenges, whatever the challenges are being faced, so that facing of challenges should be there into the market, or else you should be ready to accept those type of personal challenges, okay, which has been there into it. Managing the cross cultural, as if you need to manage the cross culture, what has been there here, what has been there, that, and you need to accept what they are performing, you need to accept what they are performing, you need to accept it to the market. So because with the help of this, the thing is what it creates a global emergency into the managing the global environmental way. According to this way only, the thing is you can perform your duties according to that way. Next, leading, okay, you should that type of it, you need to have culture, you need to manage the cultures when related with leading anything into the market, or else when you're performing any duties into the market, you're directing when it is being there. Next, decision making, you should have that type of decision making, or proper decision making, where you can have a proper way of decision making can be done into the market into the longer one, because if it has been decision making properly, then only you will be able to communicate, and then only you are able to perform your duties into the market according to that way, because you are into the globally as if you are trading, so that type of managing activity should be represented. Motivating, that is important, because without motivating to the employee, by giving them the funds, by giving them the resources properly, so the people won't be able to work. So that type of motivation when related with trading, you need to update it. So this thing should be there. Controlling resources should be properly been controlled, whatever it has been used, that only it has been accepted. Manager must be culturally flexible and easily adapt to the new situation. A manager should understand what is the right, what is wrong, and what is during a situation, which one is proper, which one is not proper. Because with the help of this only, the thing is the new systems will be updated. So that is why we are performing this type of global environment. Now you can see with the help of this. Now you can say with the help of this, at least you got a clear-cut idea of a global environment, how the global environmental works into the proper period of time. Okay. Now after this, we'll be starting with the help of introduction of international business. Now already we have seen previously, now this is the second chapter I am starting out. First, we have already seen how the environmental works, and how the environmental works into the corrective one, how India, Japan and China, how they have been set it up their business into the 15,000 years ago into the market, and currently they have been succeeded into the market, which has been growing more and more. So you got to know the clear-cut idea about how the tradings are being done, how the goods are being distributed to the market, how internally this type of understandization it has been done into the market. So that creates a certain positivity into it. Now after this, today will be next chapter, we will be setting up with the help of introductions to the international business. Now into this, you will be getting a clear-cut idea of what is international business, how the trading are being done, why trading is important, what type of challenges is there. So in a core way of your subject, that is called an IB. The first, it is what environmental, where we've seen a background. Okay, we have seen how the international business have been seen. Now into this, a core international business will be seeing into this. Why we do international business? Now you are getting a proper study of international business is fine if you are going to the work in the large multinational enterprise, but it has no relevance for the individuals who are going to work into the small firm. Evaluate this type of statements. So like you need to evaluate this type of statements. I just only given you a frame of question. So this is what it has been, the study of international business. Why we do international IB, why we perform? Because where you're studying the international business, okay, to the where you're doing a work, where you're doing a trade to the multinational, with the multinational companies in the global trade into the market. So that creates a certain type of positivity where individually will be representing themselves into the market, individually and even organization will represent into the market their country, and with the help of this, the thing is, it happens a global where you are showing a certain type of potential where you're growing their business according to that way. Now your thing is, the people who are working into the small firms, that also create a certain type of importance way. So this is called international business. Now what will be the objectives? Why I am going with the help of my IB? What is my objectives? Where I am looking after with the help of an objective? Just a minute. Now here, objectives. Why we go with the help of an IB? Now, to define the internal business, okay, and describe how it is difficult, how it is different from the domestic market. Now here you'll be getting a clear-cut idea why we do the transaction with the help of international to the domestic market. You'll be getting a defined with the help of international business and describe how it is different from the domestic market. What is the difference between domestic and international market? To explain why the company engaged in IB and why the growth has been accelerated. So as if we have already seen, to introduce the different mode of companies can be used to accomplish the global objectives, how the different companies are coming together, and then afterwards in the global objectives it has been flourished more and more into the market. To illustrate the role of the social science discipline play in understanding the environmental of an IB, as if already we have seen the environment of an IB, to provide an overall of a primary pattern for the companies, international expansion, okay, where primary companies first time it is established in market. So with the help of this international way, how it has been expand more and more the company. To describe the major countervalues forces that affects the IB. Okay, there are certain, because happens in the country countervalues where outside countries their rules and regulations have been bind, so that it has been not forwarded further. So that here you will be getting a proper description how it is with the help of this. The thing is what it has been managed, it has been properly affected your international business. Now, to discuss globalization future and major criticism of in globalization first. Okay, now to become a familiar with the different ways in which a companies can accomplish its goal objectives. Okay, you need to be very familiar because you're maintaining that type of relationship with the marketing people, and with the help of maintaining this type of relationship with the people, it creates a certain good type of objectives into the global where you can show your global way of importance into the market. To apply social science discipline to understand the difference between international and domestic business. So into this, at least social science discipline, now into social science discipline it has been said with the help of two things, international markets and domestic market. Both the markets you will be learning, and with the help of learning of this market, your objectives have been cleared for an international business. Now, international business, what do you mean by international business? Okay, the concept which has been described here. International business consists of all commercial transaction. All commercial transaction, usually it is only for the business purpose. Why we do IB? Because IB is only for the business purpose. It is not for any kind of physical transaction what you do. It is just a business purpose where you're doing a transaction. But when you're doing a business purpose, a transaction in the commercial way, which includes sales, you can distribute the goods, you can sell it out. Investments, you can include it, transportation that takes place between two or more countries where goods are being distributed from one party to some other party or one country to so many countries. Next, increasingly foreign goods are the sources of both productions and sales for domestic countries. Now increasing the foreign countries are sources of both production and the sales for the domestic companies. Nowadays there are so many foreign companies who start the sources of both production and sell, both production and distributing the goods to the domestic to their own countries, and then afterwards to the host countries, outside countries. Next, studying of international business is important. Why the thing is international business study is important? Why? What to do? What? Because here you are getting a proper ideas why it is important to understand the international business. Why that is important to study. Most companies are either international or competes with the international companies. There are two types of it. One, the company is international, or else they are being competed from different international companies. So once it has been there, that is why it is important. Okay, to understand the other which type of other companies and which type of other countries are being linked. Mode of operational may be differ from those using the domestical way, because as a domestical trade, whatever you do, it is depend upon the either party, how you use and how you perform that thing into the market. Okay, because the level of operational, the level of performing, the using of software, the level of doing work which has been different. The best way of conducting business may be differ from the country. Means the best way of international doing business, it is from one country to some other country. And understanding the help you make a better career decision, and as if you understand a proper way, you'll be getting a proper way of career decision. Yes, what to go, what not to go, into the corrective measures. And understanding the help you decide what governmental policies to be supported. Now with the help of this international way, at least you'll be getting an idea why the thing is the government, how the governmental foreign company, how the governmental policies are being affected, and how you're taking the help of governmental policies. So that creates a positivity into this. Okay, that is where we do the study. Now here, why the company engaged in IB? Okay, international business, why the company is engaging into the IB? Question is, now answer. Expand sales, as if it has been said, if you can have a sales more and more, where greater purchasing powers in the world and the whole, okay, where you are having more. Then acquire the resources, where products, services and components, also foreign capital, technology, information. This is what you are getting a different resources, and with the help of resources it has been growing more. Diverse sources of sale and supply. Okay, you are getting a proper way of sale. What are the sale? How is supply? Take advantage of business cycle, difference among the country. Now which type of cycles? Okay, here you will be getting a business cycle, how the production had been done, how the amount it has been fluctuated, how it has been each and everything it has been done properly, that it has been said. Minimize the competitive risk. Okay, where you will be getting a clear-cut idea which type of competitive organization or competitive companies have been there, where it has been linked together. So that type of a risk is also been there. Preventing competitors from gaining the advantages. So at least with the help of this, at least you will be getting an idea how to grow and more as this company is there. So ultimately after this, how much I need to grow more and more, so that it has been also been there. Now see, here there is the operational, it has been given. Now into this operations, each and every factors are being covered up, and with the help of each and every factors are being covered up. So with the help of these factors, the thing is what international business is operated, and with the help of this it has been influenced. First, with the help of operational environment, competitive factors. Now what are the type of environment? Operating environment, operational. These are the two types of environment it has been seen. But when it is been now see each it has been interlinked with each other. Now you can see with the help of these two type of arrows, and with the help of an arrow, the thing is what ID it has been working. First, with the help of operating environment, as if we have already seen the factors now into the last environmental one, as if we have already seen, because previously I said when you are moving with the help of international business, you need to look after first with the help of an environment. So when you are looking after with the help of an environment, you are aware with the help of first physical and social factors, that is political policy, legal policy, legal practices, cultural factor, economical and geographical. These are the different type of physical and the social factors we are being interlinked. Now when I am going with the help of this, I am getting a certain kind of an objective, because with the help of an objective only it will be growing. With the help of sales, expansion, resources acquisition, risk minimizing. These are the different type of it where the goods are being moved more and more into the market. So where my operational, when related with the help of this different types of it, where sales will be sales expansion will be more, resources acquisitions will be also being there, and last risk minimizing. So that is why I need to even identify with the help of operating environment. After this, the thing is I'm having competitive factors, but when I'm going with the help of competitive factors, these are my meanings. So I'm having three levels objectives, the operational wise I'm seeing three level objectives, strategy, and next it is what a meaning, because with the help of this three only the thing is my all factors will be covered, because there should be a certain where it has been influenced, and with the help of an influence the thing is what my IB it has been developed a strong position into the market. Now when competitive factors I'm seeing, okay, now when related to physical and social I'm having two things, objectives and strategies are being checked, but when related with competitive factors, when I'm seeing with the help of competitions into the market, but what are the competitive factors are being affected? Competitive product strategy, first it is what a product strategy, how competitively the product it is being served into the market. Company resources and experience, that is important, what are the type of resources are being there, which type of experience are being given to the company, that thing. Competitions in each market, competitors in each market, nowadays you are having a competitor into each market, competition is there, but with this competitors are also been there, we are ready. So when I'm going with this, it has been included with the help of means. But when I'm going with the means, it has been distributed with the help of three, where the thing is the means are being calculated. When I'm seeing with the help of competitive factors, when modes are being there, so I'm having this different types of it. Import export way, I checked with the help of means this has been influenced with the help of this. First, which has been there, import and exporting those goods and services into the market. Tourism and transportation, because that has also been affected. What type of tourism, as if you're trading from one country to some other country, so that transportation facility should also been given. Licensing and franchising, which has been already said. Turnkey operations, where if it is there on the loss, so as if from the loss, how you convert that company into the profit one. Management contract, which type of managemental contract we are performing. Direct and portfolio investment, including joint ventures, that is also being get how the thing is portfolios have been prepared, how you trade. This is what a mode where you do the transaction with the help of international business. Now as if you want to do with the help of international business, you need to follow this type of function, because as if it has been affected with the help of this, the functions are first marketing, where each and every terms and conditions are being taken, your product price, raise and promotions, which we have already seen. Global manufacturing and supply chain management, from one goods to some other goods, how it has been going with the help of different types of it, where accounting, finance and human resources, this we have already seen how the human resources, how finance, each and everything it has been interconnected. Next, overlying alternative, where choice of countries and organizing the control mechanization. So this has been said, if there is beyond to the alternative, this is not working, so choice of other country. If from here it has been not distributed, let us distribute to some other country, that thing you can do. And organizations and control mechanizing, where it can be controlled properly, it can be secured more. So with the help of this is called an IB, operational influences. So like IB, operational influences, when it has been said, the two way where influence are been done. And when I'm checking with the help of environment, and when after checking environment, the thing is this from your operational I'm getting influence. And with the help of this, the thing is each and every function works between three, objectives, strategy and means, and with the help of these two terms, physical, social and competitive way, because I need to see internal, external. So you can say these two factors which is being said from the external one, this is for the internal way, how competitors are being there, and with the help of the competitors, how you can reach into the global way into the marketing. So that creates a certain kind of importance into market. Now, measuring globalization. Now when you're measuring a globalization, you're clarifying each and everything when seeing into the globalization, how the foreign policies are being accepted into the globalization. So according to the author A.T. Kearney, okay, it has been said that when foreign policy globalizations are being seen, when you're trading from one distributions to other distributions, so where globalization, where it has been seen, first you see economical way, how the goods are being traded, technology wise, how the technologies are being used to this country to some other country, personal contact, what type of personal contact, person coordinations are being there into it, political way as is important, because how which type of political way, because each and everything it has been come together, and with the help of this only it has been seen. Now factors contributing to rapid growth of international business. Now there are certain factors, and with the help of the factors, the thing is what it want to increase, it want to grow more and more. So what are my different factors of contribution, different factors contributing of rapid growth of international business? To grow more and more into the international business, what are the different type of factors here it is being seen? First, increasing in an expansion of technology. First, you need to increase in the organization. Okay, increasing in different type of organization, how it has been working more and more, and expansion of technology, where technology are being expanded. So ultimately, where time is currently we are having very least time. But the thing is what we need to do work more. That is why. And for doing the least time, you require the technology where into the minutes, into the seconds, where my work it has been done. So that with the help of this, the thing is I can be into the international market currently. Liberalization of the cross-border trade and resources movement, where I have that type of liberty, that type of freedom where I can trade and resources can be moved from one country to some other country. That thing should be there, a freedom way. Next, development of services that supports the international business. Okay, where the development of services, I need to have a proper way of services. I need to develop that type of services where it can be traded from one business to some other business, and where it can be shown a international business, a support where it has been shown a stronger position. Growing consumer pressure, already consumer will be getting pressures more because the consumer needs and wants are being there. That thing is which is missing. Increasing global competition, because nowadays we are into the global way, so ultimately so many competitions have been there because we are into IB, so competitions will be growing more. Changing political situation, because as if currently it is depend upon the leaders how it is being changing, and with the help of the changing, the thing is what the thing is the growth and the standard of the living also it is being changed, so that also create a certain type of positivity. Expansion of cross-national corporation, that is important because now expanded more cross-nation corporation, because when you're trading from one country to some other country, so it expands more and more. It shows a good type of relationship which is being maintained to the other country from this country. So that creates a certain kind of contribution for the rapid growth, for the faster growth of an international business into the market. So with the help of this, the thing is it will be growing more and more into the market. So you can see the contribution, how it has been contributed, and with the help of the contributing, the thing is what they are having the growth into the market with a stronger position, and which seems to be a certain type of importance into it. Now, multinational express takes a global approaches to the market and production. Sometimes they are preferred to a multinational corporations or a multinational companies or a transnational companies. Now, multinational enterprise one other than the multinational company. It's one and the same thing. Okay, it's the major thing. It is what here they are having the approaches to the global trade, to global market into the organization, to the productions as to the organization where they can distribute their goods into the market, into the global wise. So that is where they produce their goods according to that way, where the people will be ready to buy those goods from the market. So this is none other than the same thing of the MNC, but even you can use multinational enterprise, or as you can use transnational companies, which has been the TNC, you can use MNC, you can use MNE. So with the help of this different types of it, where you can trade your goods into the market. Now there's an important difference between international markets and domestic market. What is the difference? Where you're doing a trading with the help of international markets, and where you're doing a trading with the help of domestic markets. Now, when operating abroad, companies may have to adjust their usual methods of carrying out their business. But what happens when operating the abroad companies? Okay, outside companies are being there. So outside countries companies are being there. They'll be managing their business with the help of their own self. This is the terms of for their own business. Foreign conditions are often dictate a more suitable method, and operating modes used in international business differ from those used at the domestic level. Now what happens, these companies are that type of companies, they don't want that they don't want to follow this type of it. They think we want to develop a certain new type of it where you can show a certain type of new growth into the market. So that is why, means they don't want to compete with the same, but they want something which has been during its level. If they want something which has been newly, it has been used. So this type of level it has been used. Now, when physical and social factors affecting the business, international business operation, as if we have already seen how the social factors affect physical and social factors affecting the international business operation. First, to operate with a company's external environment, its managers must be having the knowledge of business operation and the working knowledge of social science and how they affect of all the function business field. So now into this, the thing is what they're affecting of business functions, how the functions are being developed, and with the help of functions are being developed, here the external environment are being calculated. And after the external environment, the thing is what this type of it, according to that, the thing is it has been traded more and more. Now see how physical and social factors affecting the international operations, as if the functions, as if whatever the functions have been there, that functions will be affecting more and more, and after this the thing is it will be growing more and more into the market. Does that create a certain type of importance, and with the help of an importance it shows the where goods are being affected into the international, where it has been shown on that time. Now, competitive factors affecting the international business. Now, competitive factors. Now, as if it has been already said, we are into competition world. So that is also been affected. Now, see which type of competition have been affected. A competition strategy influence how and where it can be the best operated. So this also influences how, and competitive strategy influence how and where it is the best. How and where it is the best way to operate, that is important, because till the time if you doesn't know how to operate that thing into the market, so you doesn't know that thing, so that is important. A company competitive situations may differ in the terms of relatively strength and which competed into the phase. Means according situation how it will be faced that thing into the market, this thing should be also be a factor of in competitive world. Now the same. Now we can say the competitive factors affecting international business. Which type of competitive factors have been affected? Operating environment, operational. Now when operating environment, you can see physical and social and competitive factors. But when related with the help of physical and social, objectives and strategies are being seen, and with the help of this competition strategy for the product, where you are seeing company resources, experience in the host country. Okay, this thing it has been seen. Competition faced in each market, what type of market, how it has been faced, that has been said. So like each and everything, it has been affected into the international business, into the nowadays into the market. Now, future of international business and globalization. As we already got to know the each and everything, how IB works, how each and every rules and regulations are being set up. Now, with the help of rules and regulations, here it is what certain future programs. Now, with the help of the future programs, here you will be getting out how globally, how internationally we will be trading into the future, and how the future will be for the longer time, into the certain period of time, how the futures will be of IB into the globalization. As we are into the competitive world, how the future will be of IB, what will be the future events, how the future events it will be calculated. Just a minute. No. Here, first we'll be seeing with the help of, no, going forward. Okay. The future of international business. Now see what are the future. First, further globalization is inevitable, because furtherly it will be growing more and more into it the market. So that thing will be seeing, with that thing will be seeing. International business will grow primarily along with the religion rather than the global line, where it will be growing more and more into the market. So that thing will also be seen, and with the help of religion wise how it has been flourished more and more, that thing will be seeing into the future into the international business. Fourth, working against the further globalization, and international business will slow down both trend. So like both they'll be working. Post working, there won't be the people who need to have a push-ups. No, you need to complete the work into the particular period of time. So that thing won't be there. And then afterwards there'll be just international business will be growing more and more into the market. So at a certain period of time it will slow down this type of trend, and it will be growing more and more. So this type of future way of international business and globalization process it is being seen. Now, mode of an international business. Now, which type of international business you can already see do in the international market? First, merchandise exports and imports. Okay, there you can distribute those goods from one country to some other country by distributing. Most common international economical transactions, especially for the smaller companies. Okay, the major sources of international revenue expenditure for the most companies. So like you can do with the help of this type of trading to goods of certain exports and import from one country to some other country, where some smaller countries have been participate, and with the help of smaller country participation, where revenues are being generated for the international way and global way, both the way. Service exports and imports, no product international earnings, tourism and transportation, performance of services for the fee, turnkey operations, managemental contract, each and everything will be discussed here. Service exports is where all the things, where when the traveling from one country to some other country, that thing, then afterwards what are different type of performance of goods, what type of service have been provided to the goods, that thing will be also seen. Using of assets by others, what type of assets, like licensing of an agreement, royalties, franchisee, franchisor, allowing a franchisee to be used, trademarks, provides the component technological service. So like you can say, each and everything are been discussed in the uses of assets when related with the help of international business when you're going. So like assets are also been calculated here. So with the help of an asset, at least you'll be getting a clear-cut ideas how the business are been running into the global way, how the assets are being seen and how the assets are being calculated. When I'm going with the help of investment, because IB also move with the help of investment, that is ownership of foreign properties in exchange from the financial return. Okay, when you are exchanging one properties, the ownership of foreign properties in exchanging for the financial return, because a certain period of time the funds require. So that type of exchanging methods are being seen. FDI, investor gains controlling interest in the foreign companies, that is joint ventures, mixed ventures. Then after this, FDI is also being seen. Investor gain a controlling interest in the foreign company. This type of is also been there. Directly you can do the trade. So that thing is also, which creates a good way of international business into the market. Portfolio investment, no controlling interest. Next, international companies terminology. Now here where international companies are being there. So first, strategy alliances are being seen. Here you need to develop a certain strategy. Collaboration arrangements of critical importance for the competitive availability of one or more partners, where you can have a collaborations of from one country to some other country, or you need to develop that type of strategies where each and every company comes together, and with the help of it shows certain kind of a positive attitude that has been said. So where each and every companies will be showing their performance into the market. MNCA, this is called a M&E, the company with the global approaches to the foreign market and production, where it shows a certain, where a company will be showing a certain position into the market, that it is being said multinational enterprise. Globally integrated companies, that is integrated operation location into the different country, how from one country to some other countries, how it has been located, that it is being said. Multi-domestical companies, foreign country organizations, foreign country operation act fairly independently, as if there is a certain kind of organization. So that would be creating independently to trade with the help of one country to some other country. So that create a certain where international companies are being collaborated according to that. Okay, now you can see the external factors, again the same external influencing factors, physical and social factors, competitive advantages, and with the help of it the operations are being set, objectives, strategies and means. So like you can say that it has been, again it has been same, we need to rectify that thing. Now each and everything are being clarified. Now external, now see the same, again you will be moving into the what are the things where political parties are say. Now when political and social factors must understood, you must understand what you mean by political and social parties, how the relations are being maintained, what are the influence it has been there on IB when external factors are being calculated. Politics that affect whether and how IB occurred. First, the thing is the politicals that occurs, that thing misunderstand. Okay. Now, domestic international laws determine what managers can do if IB, if international business are there. So at least they both the laws are being followed. Domestical way and international laws are being followed. Economical way, how the trading are being done. What are the standard of the living. Geographical, according to the location, according to the resources, how it has been followed worldwide. So that it is also be there. Competitive environment, where you can say various from industries, companies and countries. These are the three major words. Industries will be saying, companies will be saying and countries will be saying. And with the help of these three, only the thing is how competitive the thing is, the environmental works into the market. Then after, strategies differed across the companies. Now according to different types of companies, the strategies are also been different, which has been different into the certain zone, what to do, what not to do, how it has been located, that it has been said. Now your importance of controlling the labor cost. What are the strategies of different across countries are being seen. First, importance of controlling the labor cost, what are being affected, what are being there, what are not being accepted, that thing. Influencing of local and international competitions. What are the if we use this type of competitive environment into the market, so with the help of what would be the condition of local and international competitors who are there into the market, so that type of influence. Size of the market differs across the country, because here they are having different type of people, marketing people who are working into country. So what will be the across to the country, which type of terms will be there, so how they be performing into the competitive market, that it is being calculated. So again the same, here there is a certain, again the political economical factors. Now the external influences, again the competitive, the measures are being calculated here. Now see, evolution of strategies into the international process. Now what type of evolutions are being calculated? Now with the help of an evolutions are being calculated, here it will be calculated according to that way, with the help of proper way of zone. And with the help of proper way of zone, the thing is what, the terms and conditions are being seen. Now your evolution of strategies in the international process. Now developing a certain type of strategies. The first strategy is what, risk minimization. That is important, because without this type of strategies, this type of processes, it has been not followed, you won't be able to do the further process into the market. Risk minimizing, foreign operational views as risky. International commitments involved gradually. Pattern of expansion, this each and everything will be look after. Risk minimization, where foreign operational review will be risk internationally. Then pattern of expansion, where vast growth are being seen. Passive to active pursuits of IB opportunity, where the people who have been active or inactive way, where it has been traded into the strong way. Initially wait for the foreign opportunity. We are waiting for the foreign opportunities to come, and then after let them speak, and then after we are ready to collaborate with them. External to internal handling of IB, both the external internal, both parties will be participating. Relying on intermediaries at the first, the people who are the first, who are the investors, let them introduce the market into the first time. Limited to extensive mode of operations, being with importing and exporting operations. That this should be there. What type of import and export goods should be produced into the market, that has been said. Few to many foreign locations. So like few to many, which type of locations have been saying. Similar to this similar business environment, how the business environment have been used. Fogging of expansion, that is new company begins with the international focus, that is called the fogging of expansion, where new companies begins with the international focus, where it has been interact with the help of international company, possibly because of founder experience and technology as advanceable that helps define the foreign market. So like each and everything here it has been calculated, and with the help of the foreign market it has been built strong into the market with the help of the proposal. So possible because of founder experience and technology advance that helps in defining the foreign market. So with the help of this only it will be growing strong into the market for the corrective zone. Now controversial forces, what are the controversial forces which has been faced into the market? Because with the help of this, the thing is the markets are having certain type of rude or certain kind of a miscommunication, certain type of forcefully to attempt that type of things into the market. Global of standard E, that is called economic. Global of standard economic result in economic of a scale based of globally strategy. This thing it has been looked after, because with the help of this thing it has been looked after to in showing into the global way. Nationalized responsive practices, adjust the products and services to the unique local market. You need to adjust the unique local conditions into the market, that will be created a strong impact on it. Multi-domestic approaches admissible, that like to trade from with the different market with the help of different zone, that has been said multi-domestic way. Country versus companies competitions, that two things are being calculated here, both competitions and country wise, how the thing is they are having that type of influence into the market. Companies complete by seeking the maximum efficiency on global sales. Company produce their goods and sales into the market, into the globally sales, how it has been there in the global market, so that it is being seen. Countries compete with each others to attain the economic, political and social goals. Each and everything are being calculated here. Okay. No consist on the measures of the goal attainable. Here there is no other consist, because according to the goal, according to the environmental factors, whatever the importance, whatever the growth are been there, so according to that only it has been acceptable. Relationship unclear between the countries and companies' performance, that also create a certain rivalry according to this. High value of activities produce high profit or performed by the well-paid employee. Here it shows certain negativity. With the help of this, it shows a certain type of negative terms which it has been seen with the help of where you can't see a growth into this type of where forcefully it has been performed, this type of terms and conditions. When related with sovereignty, country will seek in the order to gain reciprocal advantages. When related bilaterally, multilateral commercial treaties and agreement, where you are doing a trade with the help of not with one companies, but with the help of more companies are being leveraged, with the help of more companies, with the help of more countries. So that it has been also been attack the problems that cannot be solved by the single country. Because when moving with the help of an IV, so like it is not like that the problem occurs only for one country. It is with the help of other countries also. Problems is too big and widespread. It is like big, it has been said, but it is widely spread, means it has been strongly spread. Problem results from conditions that spill over from another country. So like the problems come, but ultimately other countries are also been having a negative impact into this. So that country is also spilling off to the others. Deal with the area of concern that lies outside the terrorism of all the countries. Non-coastal areas of the oceans, outer the space, Antarctica and all. So at least means this type of countries are that type of countries where you can't deal this type of international business, because that creates a certain kind of outsider which is been there on the outside terrorism. So that creates a certain negativity here. Technology advanced countries believe that the company should repeal benefits from the exploitation. It's a planning not for the exploitation, for the growth more and more. It should be having with the help of this type of advancement. Other country want to share the spoil. Other country wants to share the spoil. If there is any kind of it wrongly interpreted, so that thing it has been also been shown. Now with the help of this, I will be concluding with the help of the point. Globalization is an ongoing process that depends and broadens the relationship and interdependency amongst the countries. Okay, international business is the mechanism to bring about the globalization. So already I can say with the help of each and everything, globalization is strongly beaded, and with the help of the globalization, currently the thing is into the international market, we are into that type of position, because as if we are into the competitive world, so that is also been accepted with the help of this, and with the help of this, the thing is what we are developing our business into the proper way of market. Business is becoming a unified global field. Okay, business is becoming unified and global field, which is being unique and which is being globally filled into the market. Companies that think globally has a competitive edge. Okay, they are being that type of it that we are in a globally, but we are into the edge of it, the point of it. Domestic markets are saturated by for the more companies. Now, usually domestic markets are being saturated. They have been attracted with the help of many companies. They have been attracted with the many companies. Consumer can no longer tell them tell from which countries they are buying. So consumer are that type of it where they doesn't think from which country they are buying. They only want the product in the market. So that is it has been said. It is only just where a transaction it has been done with the help of two countries. So this we have completed with the help of the chapter here. Okay. Now once we'll be going into the rest of again the slides. So at least you will be I'll summarize you whatever the slide into the short. So at least that created you'll be able to understand what are the points what we have learned today into this chapter. Okay. So just I'll go once again. Just a minute. I'll go once again with the help of the same chapter. So at least it will create to you. At least you'll be able to understand. Just a minute. Okay, now we learn with the help of international business, how the international business works. Okay, so this also we have learned today. Now after moving out with the help of each and every point, at least we got a clear-cut idea how the business works, how the business has been traded, and how the thing is how the relationships have been maintained from one country to some other country. Okay, so with the help of relation maintaining, the thing is what you are getting a clear-cut idea about each and every factors. Because as if first today we went with the help of international business when related environment, international business environment. So into this international business environment, we have seen the background. And with the help of the background, the thing is we got a clear-cut idea how you perform the transaction, a political way, a social way, a legal way with each and every people into the market, and how it has been strongly built. So with the help of the strongly building into the market, it shows certain type of positivity into it. How the business are being operated for the longer time, and how the thing is internally how it has been built with the help of an environment. So here you'll be getting a clear-cut idea. Now into this we have even went with certain eras today with the help of 1599 to 21st century, which is 2000. We went with the help of different century. So with the help of different century, we have seen how the thing is the trade was started previously and how which is there on the currently into the market. So it is not reduced, but still it is the transaction is still going on. But the thing is what the production and the sale it has been growing more and more, and currently we are in the leading position into the market in the global world. So that creates a certain positivity to develop more and more into the organization. So that is why we perform this type of it into the market. So we learn with the help of international business into the market. Next we learn how domestic and international goods are being traded. Okay, this thing, and it becomes very risky as if you trade the goods from one country to some other country. So it becomes very risky because that type of difficulties and risk you face. Because as if you face this type of difficulty that create a certain kind of problems, because that with the help of the problems, the thing is what you won't be able to trade further into the market. Now we have already seen the factors. Okay, the international environmental. We have seen the factors: economical development, social, cultural, and last it is what illegal. Because we look after this all three matters, and after this we pass the sentences according to that. Why the needs of international business are there? Because You can want to survive the market into global, because as we are growing every day into the banking sector, service sectors, into manufacturing sectors, into art, music and music companies, each and every sector. So that is why, so this is the time, this is the position where you need to hit the pedal and you need to move into the market, international way. That is why we go into the international business. Then afterwards, where you are getting a proper way of ideas of world, you are able to face as if you will be also aware with the help of new technology, how it has been inbuilt into the market, what type of challenges you accept into the market, that has been also been rectified. So that is why we perform this type of way of international business. And then with the help of how resources are being fulfilled it properly into the proper sequence, then we got to know what do we mean by business. International business consisting of transactions that are devised and carried out across the national borders to satisfy the objectives of individuals, companies and organizations. Now why we do international market, why we do international business? With the help of three things: for ourselves individually, for the company, and third with the help of an organization. With the help of these three type of systems, the thing is we perform our market, and with the help of performing the market, we growing our each and everything for the longer run. Now when you are moving with the help of international business, you need to look after each and everything. First you are having different types of international business: import export, FDI, licensing, franchisee, management contract, each and everything. And with the help of this, the thing is the market works for the longer one. And with the help of this, the thing is what? Internationally you can do the trade according to that way. Now as if you got a proper way of home country and host country, okay, the country is the home country is the country in which the selling firms are being located. Next, the representative travels to the another countries to market, to sell goods, to sell the product. That country, it is the host country which is being said. Then the history year 15,000 years ago, where the Indian, China and Japan has been set up this type of plan, and then afterwards after England and France and Portuguese and Spain, these three different types of countries has been planned. They started shipments, and with the help of the shipments they started doing the trading from one country to some other country. Now we have already learned the eras here, how the eras was there, with the help of different types of on the 1599 to 2000, how the Britishers has set it up, and after the Britishers, the American has been set it up. With the help of that type of it has been constituted, and currently how we are setting up that market into the common one. So first it was the Britishers, and currently the thing is we are having a following the US will impact how it was there. Now when globally environmental it has been checked, so we doesn't even go with the help of only just buying and selling the goods, but we even check the external internal environment. But when we check the internal issues, when issues are there, so when issues are there, so we see social, cultures, political, legally, economical, technology and finance. Next, international issues like management, planning, marketing, HR, competitions and accounting. These are the different where we see the global, how the globally the market works. So we doesn't even do only with the help of buying and selling, but we parallelly we check with the help of this, because we are into the environment. So when checking the environment, you should already aware that these are the points which has been covered. Now here we have already seen what are the things, what are the points which are being covered into the cultural way, social, political, legal, economical way, managemental level, marketing level. The 4 P's that have been selected here. With the help of the 4 P's, the thing is you are been able to work. If it has been not there, so ultimately marketing won't be set properly. Accounting and finance, that is important, because without the revenue, without the funds, the thing is you cannot be able to trade into the global wide. HR and career, because it's a part where you can make the employee train, make the people train into the organization so that with the help of this, that person be trade into the global world, into the international market, into the proper crosses to the border, at least where that person will be able to perform his duty. Now you can see a link here, it has been given already. We have to coffee example, if the production is less of coffee, so not even to that country will affect, but ultimately rest of all the countries will also be affected. So that is called a linkage of global market today into it. Now recent changes, what are the changes should be done? Ultimately it is a domestic changes. Okay, it has been not grow, but still it has been growing more and more. It has been there. Okay, then like rate of globalization accelerated. religions is a way to taken place into the trading block. Then participations of a country in the whole trading, it has been shifted. So each and everything that has been said. Composition of trades, which was there on 1960s to 1900s. So this thing also being said, because on that time rest of all was proper, but when related with mining and fishing was bit less. So that is why the thing is that was declared. But with the help of rest, it was been growing more. So that was the thing. Then impact of business, international business on the USA. So when two level, there was an impact when it was in micro level and macro level, where trade, accounting and domestical market are being calculated, and with the help of this, the thing is the market was flourished according to that way. Globalization, as it's a first time of history, okay, time of history, the evaluations of international products and services and accessible for individualism in the country for advancing economical background. Now to develop the economical background, the first word globalization has been came, where you're doing a business to the entire world into the market, where other countries have been participating and they are buying and selling those goods into the market. So that creates a certain kind of history into the market, and which will be traded more and more into it. Next, the structures into this book, already we have learned those points. So that point, with the help of that point only, the thing is certain points are being set it. So these points are being there according to with the 6 points are being there. Now, what are the strategies? You can start with the help of the strategies, already exporting the goods, and to the end with the help of greenfield ventures. Each and every points are being selected here with the help of this. And with the help of this, the thing is what it starts, you can set up of your all the business from ground level to the higher level of field it, and with the help of this, it creates a certain kind of importance into the market. Next, MNCs, which is already been said, are multinational companies, which we already got that one company is merged together with another companies, which showing a certain type of positivity into the market, where receiving more than 25%, okay, total sale revenue from the other outside the parent companies home countries, where it has been said that company is called MNC, which has been integrated by the worldwide business system, controlled by the single managemental authority. There's the only person who has been handling. Then top managers are being globally linked internally, because the people who are been there internal into the market. So ultimately, your MNC, if it has been situated, your two companies are there. Other countries, there's a two companies. So only the managers are being linked worldwide. They only have a coordinations into each and every people into the worldwide. So you want to manage, if you want to manage the global environment, there should be using, they need to maintain this all type of activities, personal challenges. You need to have cross-cultural management properly. Management should culturally flexible and easily adapt the new situation. With the help of new situation, whatever it has been there, you need to accept that type, because as if you are the global trade. So anytime there will be this problem, then with the help of the problem, you need to face the field. You need to face the world. So to face the world, at least there should be a certain type of where you are able to manage the global environment with the help of proper one. Now, introducing of international business, already we are doing a study of multinational companies, where that is why we do with the help of international business. Here we only learn with the help of multinational enterprising. Why we do with the help of it? Here we are getting a clear-cut idea of domestic and international market, how it has been flourished, different modes, how the companies are being engaged, what are the primary patterns of it, what type of disciplines, interpretative disciplines are being seen here, each and everything. The discussion of globalization for the future, how familiar the companies are relating to their objectives. That is why social science discipline. So like my all objectives are being covered into this. Now when I'm going with the help of an IV, it consists in only with the help of a commercial, as we have already seen, it's a commercial one, which includes each and everything, and with the help of including each and everything, here you need to just maintain a relationship with the foreign countries more and more, because that only creates with the help of positivity into this. Studying of international business is important. Why it is business? Because the thing is, here you are getting a complete relationship importance, complete relationship, how you are performing a relationship, each and everything. Mode of operations may be differ from those with the help of domestical one. Okay, what you are performing internationally, there will be something which is different. What they are performing, it will be something different. The best way of conducting a business may be differ by the countries. By the country to country, if you are doing, so ultimately that will create a certain kind of impact to the organization. Here you are understanding the health. You may better career decision making, which is being said, and understanding the help you decline what government policies are to be supported. So if any of the governmental bodies have been supported, so that thing also been calculated. Why the companies are in there, why they do with the help of this, expanding the sales, acquiring resources, diverting sources of sales and suppliers, minimize the competition risk. So with the help of this different types of zone, the thing is, it has been, that is why we engage into the international business. So already we have seen with the help of physical factors, competitive factors, and with the help of this, all things are being linked in. So with the help of this only, it has been performed your factors according to that way. Here, what type of contribution it has been done, and with the help of the contributions, how you are performing your duties, how you are showing the market, how you are showing with the help of the market, with the help of proper way, by expansions of each and every companies into the market. So that is why for the technology, for the global world, that is why we are performing with the help of a market. So this is what a different type of international, domestical also we have seen today, a different type of where the operations are being calculated. Physical and social factors, how it has been affected of physical and social factors, how the companies are being elaborated, so that thing also we have seen. Competitive factors affecting the international business, what type of competitive factors are affecting relating to international business, how it has been interacted, that has been also been seen. Okay.